Hi, welcome back to the 12 Games of Christmas. Today we've got some strategy for you, and the strategy is, should I have 5 drinks or 6, as it's Christmas after all? Today's game is Frostpunk. Let's go and take a look.
Right then, day 9 of the 12 Games of Christmas sees us playing a game called Frostpunk. So this is a strategy game. I think it's technically classed as a survival strategy game, in that you have to survive, and it's a strategy game. Not really much survival elements in there. I think it was released in 2017. Should have done my research. It's basically on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, and obviously any strategy game should be played on PC. Keyboard and mouse all the way. Don't be playing strategy games with a controller, Philistines. This game is set in a kind of alternative history in the late 1800s, where there's a big catastrophic natural event and a load of bloody snow and ice and stuff happens. So our lovely kind of Victorian era people are struggling to survive. Poor little boy hugging his horse. His horse is dead. There's nothing you can do, my friend. You can't bring a horse back from the dead. You can try, but you will not succeed, unfortunately. And essentially, you take on the role of, I think it's the captain. I think it's the captain. Where towns and villages are built around huge coal generators. Coal generators, essentially, to keep warm. But you might have guessed from the title of the game, Frostpunk, it's very steampunk inspired. A lot of mechanical technologies. Not the most realistic, but steampunk at the moment, these last 5 or 10 years, steampunk has been absolutely huge. And this is a game that kind of tried to capitalise on that. And it's a pretty good game, actually. It reviewed really well when it was released. It kind of 8s across the board, really, which I know it's never a perfect gauge of how good a game is. But in this one, I think they got it right. It is a good game. It's not a AAA game by any stretch of the imagination. You can see probably by the opening cinematics there that a lot of hand-drawn assets, which is nice. There's not beautifully 3D rendered cutscenes. There's a lot of animation, obviously, to try and get the budgets down. But the game itself it's fantastic. Plays really well. So we're going to play through the opening part. It essentially acts as a tutorial. But it's got a few interesting mechanics in the game that we'll see along the way. And here we go. Here's our little coal reactor and our first little bunch of civilizations. Step 1, fight the cold. Maybe these should be read in a kind of ye olde Victorian style voice to give it the correct the gravitas that it needs. But essentially, we've got to get the generator working. The heat and the power, it says, that you generate to the buildings come from this like central core. So what we need to do is we need to go and start collecting some coal, and essentially you'll try and split your population up. Some people will be out gathering resources while other people will be working in the buildings, and you can pretty much, like every strategy game really, you can you got lots of different building types and lots of different types of people, including this person, James Brudenell. She's not at risk of falling ill, which is amazing. We'll kick off her. So let's have a look. We'll learn about our resources and our workforce. So, resource management, crucial to staying alive. Basically, like every strategy game, really, you need to collect resources. You see it with Command and Conquer that we were playing the other day. You need to go out and collect natural resources, which gives you essentially the raw materials or the building blocks to keep you going. And in this game, that's coal, and it's the coal that's going to power our generator. You can use wood and steel as well in this, which will help you build the different buildings. But we'll close that. Right then. So we need to stockpile some coal. So let me try and familiarise myself with. I think we have to assign our workers to this. So down here you'll see how many workers out of a possible 15 we can assign to it. And essentially, because this is our first mission, or sorry, our first objective, we're going to assign 15 workers to that, which gives us 35 available. And I thought, do I need to kind of confirm that? Oh, there we go. So they're going to start extracting that coal. Happy days. So we'll skip forward a little bit now. I think you might have to wait. There we go. We'll see them. A little bit of cheeky rotation. And I mean, you can see that the game is it's really, really nice looking. Very, very, very festive, which is what we're striving for in these 12 games of Christmas. So essentially, this is how the raw materials work, where you're just assigning workers from your population. You can see all of our lovely population over here. We are on a bit of a faster... let's speed up the game a little bit more just to try and get some... Otherwise, we're going to be here for bloody hours. We'll do a little tutorial construction. Okay, so we've got a menu at the bottom, and basically we'll be able to construct stuff. Yeah, that's great. Let's have a look at our construction options. We can build a tent, which is going to cost us 10 wood. And what you do is essentially build your city or your town or your village around in I believe the term is no, we won't. No, I won't. It's just kind of the circles that radiate out, as you can see here. It's really it's well put together in terms of this grid system. As far as strategy games go, quite often you can get into a situation where you'll put a building down one place and you'll put another building next to it, and then you'll think, oh, I need a road to connect them, and you haven't left enough space, and it means you have to demolish one, and sometimes you can trip over yourself a little bit. Where this, it tries to let you follow the grid system, which in a way is good, because it means that you're focusing less on where the buildings are kind of needing to be placed, and more kind of about the types of buildings that you want to that you actually want to be placing. So it's going to take us, I mean, that's pretty quick. It's going to take us 2 hours to build this. We're going to try and knock up a house in 2 hours. But I think we need to, we stopped pulling our coal. We've got 149 out of the 200. Let's build another one of these tents. And we'll build, there we go. So we're out of wood. Yeah, no worries at all. We know that. So this is wooden crates. So we can break these down. So we'll stick another 15 people on these to try and collect our wood. And is that going to be... Yeah, there's steel. So there's some steel wreckage. Again, we'll assign all of our workers to that. So essentially, all of our 45 workers in the short term are going to be trying to go out and get wood, steel, and coal. So we're getting close to stockpiling our coal, which is what we've been asked to do, which is good. Oh no, the heating is off. The generator's off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death. It's very true. They should be afraid, because they probably will freeze to death. But don't worry, we've got a plan. We're going to go and collect some coal. Let's get a bit faster, because it can take quite a while to... Thank God for fast forward buttons in strategy games. Well, there's quite an interesting little aspect to this as well. Is that people can fall sick, which is good. So you need to kind of build the correct healthcare facilities, which you can upgrade as you go, to keep them well rested and in good health. Because if they're unhealthy, then they won't be able to work, and it obviously is going to affect your efficiency, being able to collect your natural resources. So there's quite a few things to think about. 15 of our people have died, so I think that is simply because we just didn't collect our coal fast enough. We've only got 149 out of the 200. Maybe... Oh, we can turn it on. We can turn it on. So I've basically unnecessarily killed 15 people, because I thought we had to wait till we had the full 200. To the friends and family of those 15 people that tragically died, we are very sorry. Also, this is a prime example of where you should read the tooltips, because there's a great big tooltip in the bottom left, which I suppose, as you're looking at this screen now, is going to be behind my big fat head, and it says turn on the generator. So, some of our people didn't wake up today. They simply froze to death while sleeping outside in the bitter cold with the generator turned off. Okay, well, we mustn't let this happen again. Basically, I mustn't let this happen again. So I'm very, very sorry for this. We will we'll try our best not for that to happen again. So essentially, this is what sits in the middle of our. This is the core of our little community, and that's what's going to keep people warm during the night. You can see at the top, we've got our temperature -20. So basically, just like any day in Britain is around this temperature, which is surprising because I think these are all people that have escaped. I think for some reason I think they're British. I know the sequel is set in London in like 30 years after this game. So we need really to be getting some more natural resources because we've got 1 wood, which is not so good. Just rhyming all over the place. One of our people has just died. Sickness. Okay, that's fine. We need a ways to dispose of the body, so okay. So a cemetery will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead to rest with dignity and respect. Or we'll keep the dead bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow. The cold will halt their decay. So, 2 interesting choices here. So if you build a snow pit, there's no risk of disease from the unburied bodies, and the bodies are preserved for potential future use. Why you would want a big pile of dead bodies for future use, that's not something I would know. But you will have to create a snow pit. Hope will fall and discontent will rise. Whereas if you build a cemetery, hope will rise because everyone gets to see off their loved ones, which is great. But you don't. You got no risk of disease because the buried bodies are. Sorry, the bodies are buried. Each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours. So those bastard peasants want to go and say goodbye to their loved ones. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the best way. I'm not 100% sure, if I'm honest, what the best way. What is the, the min-max way of doing this? I'm sure you can watch a stream of someone that actually knows what they're doing and is semi-competent in this game, and they'll be saying, well, we click here and we click this and we do that, and they won't really tell you why they're doing anything. They'll just be clicking it because they know it's the right thing to do. And I'll just tell you, I don't know which one the right thing to do is, but to me, I think a cemetery sounds like the fair thing to do, isn't it? Really? Hear me. Right then, number of 6. We don't have enough materials to build the medical post. Perhaps a short burst of effort. Emergency shift. Yeah, okay, well, that's something that we could have just done. So we still got to try and get this stockpile of coal up, which we're heading towards now, actually. But these guys here have got somewhere nice and warm to be. We're also getting a little bit of wood and a little bit of steel. So let's have a look at the 15 people that died earlier on. I think technically 16 people have died. So it looks like most of our workers with the steel are okay. I think it was mainly people who died who were collecting the wood. And I suppose it must have been a few people collecting the coal as well. Yeah, there's just one person died that was collecting the coal. Very sorry again. There we go. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. Oh, that's just typical good news, bad news, isn't it, really? If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Right, so next up, food. So if there's no food, the city will starve. Or to be honest, they've been working their balls off for the last 2 days and no one's complained about food yet. So, screw away to provide raw food and build a cook house to prepare meals. Okay, so we need to secure a raw food supply, build a hunter's hut or a hothouse. So let's go and have a little look at our build menu. We've got our cemetery. I don't think we can build that just yet. So we want a cookhouse. So we need to hunt first, and then the cookhouse will prepare those things that we find. So again, we'll just build around this circle, but we are going to have to wait for. No, what is that? What did I build? Is that the Hunter's Lodge? Okay. So we'll build a cookhouse right next door. No roof over our heads. Right, don't worry. I will get you some homes. Don't you worry, kids. That's the very least that you can expect. Don't worry, we need a bit of wood anyway. But how much are we looking at? We only need 10 We need 10 wood for our cemetery and 10 wood for our homes, so we'll just wait a little bit and I think you can see that this is a nice self-contained area to drop us into. It's kind of conveniently placed. It's kind of like a crater really, but that works great for us because it means, you know, in this early tutorial you can't get too carried away and start building sprawling levels and maps that are unworkable. I think it's just trying to build you in and drop you in gently. When faced with the demands, remember this: people usually look for the quickest solution and not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for if you fix the problem. Okay. Quickest solution is not always the best one. Depends what it is. So that cookhouse is just being built. Let's speed up time a little bit. Right, here we go. So we've got some food now. Build a beacon, escape Frostland, and save as many survivors from the expedition. Okay. So we need to build somewhere for these bodies. That's another little... But we need to attract more people from the convoy. So I think that the game's going to tell us really that escaping from our crashed ship or frozen ship or whatever happened to that ship. Something happened to the ship and some stuff went down. But the group got separated, so we're now going to try and look for the last of the survivors by creating some sort of beacon for them, really. So that's the next step. But as is always the case, these guys won't do any work at night. I think you can pass like emergency laws, which mean they have to work around the clock. I think you can also do it as well, where you can send kids out to work, which is, I mean, I'm all for it really. If kids are, if they're old enough to backchat, they're old enough to get out there chopping trees down, which is. Doesn't bode well for my own kids, does it really? But let's just double check what we've got over here. So yeah, it's just more wood crates. So we've got quite a lot of natural resources that we can. Again, I think they over resource this area because it's the tutorial. So you've got plenty of coal, plenty of wood, and plenty of scrap steel really to go and dismantle and build. We'd really like these guys to go out there and start getting some of these wooden crates. I mean, that would be like super useful. Otherwise we're not going to be building anything. Let me just double check. There's nothing that we can build with just steel, is there, at this point in time? No. Let's have a look at our book of law, see if we can pass another law. Okay, so can we do an emergency shift? Okay, we need resources, so we're going to probably have to do this. Sometimes you have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else or die. So for the next 24 hours, basically everyone is going to just get out there and work. So I think we're going to have to do it because we're not collecting that wood fast enough. New law is signed. I do like. I mean, there is a lot of steampunk out there at the moment, isn't there? You know, it's creeping into films and TV, and I think a lot of games. Things like Dishonored. You know, if you're looking in the last 10 years, Dishonored's a great example of where steampunk really caught everyone's imagination, and it is a cool aesthetic, I suppose, until everything becomes steampunk, and then it becomes the same as everything else, then, doesn't it? Switching between our buildings, clicking on, yeah, that's fine. We know. So it's basically telling us we can use the arrows to flip between them. So we need, that's one thing we haven't done. Stupid me. So, as I kind of mentioned earlier, we need to assign workers to basically everything. So we've got 14 workers collecting coal. We've got 12 getting wood. And I think they've already collected that steel. So we've got 16. But what we need to do is we need to add some people to the cookhouse so they actually start cooking and preparing. There we go. So we'll get 4 people out hunting. We probably need more than that, actually. In fact, we don't need as many people out there collecting steel because we've actually got quite a lot of steel stockpiled up at the moment. There we go. So we'll see how that works. So we need a medical post. We obviously do need to do that. So, how much wood have we got? What, we got 50 now. So, wood and steel. We're going to have to build a workshop anyway. So, let's just build it. And we need to build a beacon. And while we've got the time, we can probably build our... cemetery, and I think it's beneficial to try and build them just off the main track a little bit. I think that sounds like a thing, doesn't it? So there we go. So now it's just about waiting for things to happen, really, while we tick off these list of objectives. So let's fast forward the game speed a little bit. Have a little drink. Yeah, looks like our little core is going to be holding up quite nicely. People seem pretty happy. I mean, what's not to like? They're in the middle of an abandoned tundra, fighting for survival on a daily basis. What is not to love? There we go, and our cemetery's up and running. There we go. Oh, happy days. It'd be nice if you could go and build yourself like a big diesel generator, but how this game is framed, it's kind of before... You kind of join the Industrial Revolution, so coal is pretty widely used as they go and take 400 bodies straight out there. But they haven't actually, got petrol yet, and got petrol engines. I think that will come in the sequel. Actually, as well, that's one of the things I've been spending a little bit of my time today. If anyone is a petrol head, speaking of petrol, what a beautiful, convenient segue. If you're into your cars, then I can really, really heavily suggest a good friend of mine over on Instagram, Reverend Pixel. His name's Simon in the real world, not in the fake Instagram world. But I think if you called him Reverend Pixel, that will make him feel happy and smile. And he does some amazing photography. He does really, really cool street photography, but he specialises in cars and automotive. It's amazing. I've literally spent about an hour this evening flicking through his Instagram. Some stuff I just haven't been on there for a while and seen, and it's amazing stuff. So if you do like your cars, I'll leave a link in the description below, because you definitely have to see some of these images. If you're a fan of cars, he's the man to go and have a look at. Right, we're getting short on resources, so okay, let's do something about this then. Shall we do another one of these extended shifts? I'm not going to do it yet. I think we probably need to get a little bit less steel. The big thing here is, I don't believe wood. Yeah, we're okay.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
I mean, where's the rest of the steel? So we've got quite a few people out there on coal duty. We've still got some sick people.
Work time. Get back to work.
So, okay. So this is our tech tree. So we do have to employ engineers for that, which we don't have any of those yet. Come on, let's skip through a little bit more. So it's what we're doing wood, okay. Where's all the people that I had to do steel? Okay, cookhouse is going good, but I think we need... There we go. Right, workshop. There we go. We're now functioning. So, what can we research? Do we want to... I mean, faster gathering is like something we want to... So, employing better tools and methods, people gathering resources from coal piles, wood crates and steel wreckage will work 15% faster when using gathering posts or not. And that sounds like it would be quite good. Coal... Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to go faster gathering. And also take a little drink. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice the debut of yet another Christmas jumper. Today is the introduction of a little-known video game called Pac-Man in jumper format. So, big shout out to Pac-Man. Right, now I think we need to build ourselves this medical post. Right, one of our people has become gravely ill. Okay. Radical treatment. So we can use radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputation. Okay, or just staying alive. We can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. So we can keep them alive, untreated. Hope will rise. I think we do radical treatment. I mean, what's losing an arm or a leg if it means that you might be able to survive in a freezing cold, miserable existence?
A new law has passed.
So our tech tree is looking good. I still think we've got too much steel. Is there no way that I can check on who's actually collecting the steel? So I just honestly don't think we need any. We found a frozen boy. Oh dear. I don't... Wooden crates depleted. Sweet Jesus. By George, let's go over here and collect these wooden crates instead. So we've got people in the hut getting food. We've got the cookhouses working. We've got the workshop. They're doing grand. The medical post is going swimmingly well. Healthcare promise fulfilled. Well, that's what you get under my leadership. So steel, we basically just need a load of wood, don't we? That's the wood crates. Let's see if we've got some more. There we go. There we go. Now we have got a lot of homeless people, so let's build a tent. Beautiful tent. Great views. Road next to a cemetery. One careful owner. We've got a lot of people starving. I'm not really sure why that is. So a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team that we send out. We'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. So, am I right in thinking, now that we've got the workshop, we're going to have to research I think we're going to have to research to be able to send out a scout party. And the scout parties in this are pretty cool actually, because they can go and, I think they can meet other groups of survivors or stumble across other settlements as well. I'd prefer if you didn't put down your tools, because we've got quite a lot of work to do. Oh, the shelter is nowhere in sight. Hope falls, discontent falls. Sorry about that. So it says there, food ration for about 3 days, which I think's So no one's starving yet. We've got 10 people sick. 35 homeless. Only 25 homeless now, so that's good. We'll fast forward time a little bit now. It's another game actually that's got really relaxing music. It's quite stoic. It's very kind of Eastern European, this game. You just get that in its kind of its tone. It's quite dark and bleak. But yeah, it's good. It's good nevertheless. You know, as good as a strategy game is like Command & Conquer, where you constantly have to, you know, clicking on about 100 things a second. I think a game like this, where you can just sit back for 2 seconds, take in what you've done, have a little cheeky look around. Just like that ambience as well, just the people. Like this gentleman, Hugh Walker. He's just a moderate risk of falling ill. But he's actually not... He doesn't have a home. And we can't build him one, unfortunately. Very sorry about that. Who's this chap? Lester Dove. Very sorry about this, Lester. Jane Potter. Harry's sister. Barney Capel. Archibald Wanter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Charlie Gage. Edith Berber. Some absolutely beautiful Victorian style names. Another day, another shift. Well, if you hurry up and get out there and start collecting some stuff, then we'll be alright, won't we? Stop complaining. We can get this bloody beacon researched. Right, come on, people. Here we go. Faster gathering research. So we need to get ourselves a beacon. So this allows us to send scouts to search the wilderness for food and survivors. Sorry, for goods and survivors, and we'll bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. So this is going to cost us 10 wood, which we do have, and it will cost us 7 hours of time. So let's do it. Beautiful. Next up, build some houses. I think we'll be rocking. We've got about 7 hours worth of coal left. That's alright. So I don't think we're in a million miles away from kind of getting the basics. As with most games like this, you know, once you get your settlement up and running, it's just a case of extra buildings, adding extra layers of complexity. And that's like most strategy games, isn't it, really? They just add layer upon layer of extra little things in small little increments. That's the best way to kind of learn, isn't it? So, we're going to go on to Tier 2 now, which I think we know. Oh, I've probably built that in the wrong place. I think we need to try and leave room for a road. So if I go to build... There you go. I think that's a more efficient way of building it. Because otherwise these houses that we've got to build on this second row here and here wouldn't have any access to them. So you'd end up having to build a bigger road around the back of them. So I think that's the best way of doing it. Again, I may be completely wrong and people will be out there laughing at me, but it sounds legit. It's a shame you can't actually zoom in any further. This is as far in as you can go. Which is a shame. So I want to see a little bit more detail on our good friend Martha Weimer. And one of our people has died. Again, very sorry for this. Let's see what we can do. So, fighting arena. So we've got idle engineers. So where can we put our engineers? Ah, does that? There we go. We're out of coal. There we go. We basically had an engineer sat around idle. The generator's shutting down. Great.
Workday ends. It's off time.
Yeah, but you probably want to go out there and build your bloody houses, don't you? There's so much to do, and not enough hands to do it. A quick way of just the promise to put children to work, as we just mentioned earlier. I'm all for it, really. So we have to build a child shelter, which is a negative, but children get a hope bonus. Yeah, come on. We can't be nasty, can we?
New law in the city.
New law in the city. Right. So, urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people have gathered to protest. The number of untreated sick kids rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. They demand that you take action. Okay. I promise I will try my very best. But I thought we built... Here we go. Okay, so what is it in... Okay, so it's basically because our generator is shut down, it's kind of stopped working. So... Okay. There's not really a lot we can do there, is there? You know, that's... We've probably got enough woods for now. But where is... See, I think it's because our people keep dying. I think that is the big issue. Sorry for this. So I think most of our... Yeah, the heating is off, the generator is down. Yes, we know. Let's try and fast forward a little bit, get people out. Maybe we can do one of those emergency laws that gets them out and about. No, we can't. We need to wait more. We need to wait more time. Let's go very fast game time. This beacon's not researching itself very fast, is it? Oh, did I? Oh, did it? It did. So let's just have a little look. So 20 wood, 34. Oh, we can. Okay, so this will. I think this will help us. I think this means we can potentially go out and get some new resources. Right. We're no longer lost and blind. From now on, people will be able to survey the icy barrens. Okay. Why? I'm just going to put this out there. If I was starving to death and couldn't heat anything, food was scarce and the children were dying, a big, massive, ginormous metal balloon with a light inside it wouldn't be my first priority, to be honest. Right, so here's a couple of things here. So we can go to the Gloomy Cave, and I think it's one of those where it might present you a bit like FTL, where it gives you kind of like random options, I believe, depending on like a dice roll essentially. You could maybe find some resources in there and bring them back, or you may slip through the floor and lose some of your members of your party. So I think because essentially we want to try and get out to the Lost Expedition and kind of progress the story, we'll go straight there. Send scouts here. Numerous tents. We can see people moving about. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Have we missed? Do we need to track the people? Okay, so the beacon scouts are self-sufficient and they can venture at great distances from the city. Okay. Okay, so right, okay. So we have not got enough wood.
Work time. Get moving.
We need wood and workers. Right then, people cheer. Great. So what do we need then? We need some workers. So what can we do then? Can we put them? Stop scrolling around. So we've got quite a lot of people there. So we should. Do we need? Okay, so we haven't got enough wood. I don't know how much we actually need for that though. Okay, so we have to build care homes for people, but that's fair enough.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
So maybe we just assign less people, because it looks like we've got quite a big food stockpile now, and we probably need wood, I think. Here we go. I don't know, the generator's down again. There we go. So that should be making people a bit happier. That'll probably help our hospital. Right, so we need 40 wood and we need 5 workers. That's totally possible. We'll just have to skip forward a little bit. In the meantime, we were just... Okay, so gathering post. No, I think that is slightly faster. There's quite a lot of resources here. So if we put that right here, I think that might aid the speed at which we're gathering stuff. It's going to be pretty useful.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Don't put down your tools. Right, so, Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperature in their homes. What are you going to do? You have to start heating one of the cold homes in 2 days, then keep them warm heated for 2 days. Okay. Let's heat some homes. I'm pretty sure they're going to be okay. No, we need to check. So one of our medical workers has fallen ill, which is a shame. I think we just need to get more wood now. I think that's... We've got quite a few people on coal. We don't really need steel. We do need coal, really, at the moment. So I'm pretty sure. So if I take the people off the wood there and assign them to... I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh, the generator is off. We're out of coal again. I don't think this is going to end well, is it, for us? No, we're actually not researching anything at the moment, so I think if we take our engineers off there and assign them to go out there and start collecting us some resources, maybe that would be a bit more of a...
Work time. Get moving.
Well, get out and about, get amongst it. Right, now, we'll just slow that down for a second. We'll turn our generator back on, and we also need workers. I think we can. So we've created a scout team. We are going to send them right, 10 scouts here. Yeah, I think we're prepared to do that. Scout Unit Number 1 sent to the Lost Expedition. Well, best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. So food's alright, we got enough, just about. Oh dear, cut off his leg. Let's just do it. I think the key is not to build too many buildings too early on that require a lot of. So this is inoperative. That's good because we can. I don't think we really need anything now at the moment. We've got our medical post, which is 67% efficiency. It's nice and warm, so that's helping people. Our cookhouse is. There we go. So how far are our expedition away? Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, 8 hours. So I think it's just a case of... It's just a case of waiting. Coal's coming in, wood's coming in.
End of shift. Go rest all.
And as is the case, it's the night time and we're getting... Okay. So we've got quite a lot of sick people. But I'm hoping any second now... Wow, scouts have reached the Lost Expedition. The rest of our people may camp here too. We should escort them to the city. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driving snow. A chore of excited voices welcomes up. Thank God you found us. We've been wandering for days until we couldn't go on any longer. Soon we begin to starve. Children and adults surrounding us, packed and ready to go. Right. So, we can send them to the city or escort them back. If we escort them back, I think there's a better chance that they all survive. If we send them to the city, they'll arrive, or the majority of them should arrive, and we can continue and press on to find another, continue the expedition. So, I think that... We'll escort them. We'll escort them because all we need to do is basically get back there. There we go. And our generator's shutting down, but there should be some people. Right, so we need to build ourselves a child shelter. We could build it right next to the cemetery, but I guess that's a little cruel. Provide treatment for... Okay. And that fits like a bloody glove. Right. Come on, people, get building. You get building, keep them kids happy. One of our people have died. Standard. The child shelter is ready and the children are safe inside. People, maybe they'll work a little bit bloody harder now. The kids are safe. It's a good deed of me. I could have sent the kids to work, couldn't I? Right, let's get a move on, chaps. A care house has been established. Well done. There we go. So that's good. We don't actually have to assign any staff to work in those areas, which is... Scout unit number 1 have returned safely. So they've given us 22 workers, 4 children, and 10 engineers, which is... Okay, I think we should send them out, get them working. There we go. I think we're gonna send people back out again, aren't we? So, sturdy shutter. I think we should go to the crash site. $20 hours to arrive. 22 hours to arrive. Or 15. I think the crash site. So we've got quite a lot of people now. So we're out and about. And then what we're going to do is send what's that, coal? Because coal seems to be the thing that we're missing the most, doesn't it? We've got a lot of steel. We seem to be having quite a lot of wood now. So we can now research something. So, we've got our faster gathering. That's going to help us get food, I believe, the hunter's gear. We probably... yeah, that essentially, these steam hubs, they mean that you can extend out get away from the core, because these buildings will get progressively colder as they're further away from the core. But I don't think we really need them just yet. Let's just cancel that. We've been exploring. Thank you very much. So let's skip a bit faster forward. We should see our resources shooting up quite quickly now, especially coal and wood. We haven't really got many people collecting the steel, but we definitely need that coal. So maybe what we can do now is take a few people off that.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Okay. There we go. We have got loads of coal now. Just basically burn whatever you like. Don't worry about it. So another 4 hours until our expedition's finished. I'm enjoying this game. Really enjoying it actually. It's been a long time since I played it, but it's yeah, it's good. Right, okay. This is where our expedition was. There are plenty of priceless supplies in the wreckage of our expedition. Searching among the crates and scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass. But you know what? We're going to get 143 wood and 47 food, so it swings and roundabouts really. There we go. So there we go. So we're sending them back with the resources now. So okay. So because they've already gone that route, essentially they know the route, and they're going to move faster through it. So it's only going to take them 9 hours to get back. That's a pretty cool little touch. Hope is pretty low at the moment, mainly because we're just such a terrible person. But we do need some more houses. Maybe we can build one out by the cemetery. Maybe we have to build another tent as well. Because that road is going to be... we'll go over there. So what other buildings actually can we build at the moment? I think we've got most of the... I think food's the concern now. There's quite a lot of people that have died, unfortunately. Haven't really got any. Probably time to get a new research, which. Right, what do we want to do then? Oh, okay. But we do need quite a lot of wood to build. We need 15 wood to be able to build that. The collection of the coal's going amazingly well. It's like shooting up now. Here we go. Just wanted to thank you back in London. It was only the wife that didn't have to send it. Okay, alright, you have to thank me. So, let's research the coal thumper, because that's going to help us get more coal. So what we're going to do now is... Get our fellas back out there, get them amongst it. I don't know the difference between workers and engineers. I wonder if it's the kind of the gathering rate or something. have to go a little bit faster now to try and get some of these expeditions completed and boxed off. Probably should have done them a little bit quicker than this anyway. Yeah, let's heat some homes. We probably could have heated all the homes, really. So we've got quite a lot of sick people, but actually, most people they've got somewhere to live. It's that raw food. That's the thing that we're struggling with at the moment. We're just 11 hours away from our next expedition. I'm guessing that will be the typical thing where you get there and something bad has gone down and you'll end up losing some of your expedition party, just to show you this game can be a bit of a kick in the balls at time. That is one thing, that it keeps taking itself off the as I just indicated there, off the fast forward, which is a bit frustrating because you forget that it's doing it.
Work time. Get moving.
So can we pass any laws? So, medical apprentices. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children medicine so they can help with the sick. That sounds pretty good. I think that's good because we've got a lot of sick people. There we go.
A new law has passed.
A new law has passed. And then what we'll do is we'll build one of our coal thumpers. Which is a bit of a big beast. So, we don't want really much more wood, I don't think, but we probably do need some steel. I don't know if we need workers for our coal thumper. Let's just double check. Yes, we do. So we'll put as many people as we can on that. And that should give us quite a lot of coal. Right then. Travel leads to another city. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped. Well, it's not much like our bloody place, is it? Ours is, everyone's living in shacks. Can't even eat. It's comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice poster by the heavy round door to all scientists. If you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. London, 1934 miles. So we've got a lot of wood now and a lot of food, which is great. So those guys now. Hold on. There we go. It's a bit confusing. Now you have to right and left click at different times to actually send them back. There we go. So in 10 hours they'll be back with a load of stuff. And we need to find another settlement. Secure at least livable conditions in homes. Okay, so they're functioning. So what's the difference between? I don't know what the difference is. Kind of built everything we need to at the moment, other than just waiting for these expeditions to get back. Right. Okay. Do we have to open a second medical post? There we go. Let's see what goes on there. I think we have enough people to actually... There we go. They've returned safely. Happy days. So now we're going to send him off to the steel bridge. Right, so that's going to take him a long time to get there, but it should be alright. Right, okay, so we're going to need to research our little mini hubs, and that will enable us for these outer buildings here to stay. Oh, we're out of coal. How's that happened?
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Okay, I thought we were producing like 10 million coal every day. Or are we not? Or have I missed the point of this? Have I... Have I assigned everybody to this when they should actually still be out collecting coal, and that does something to the coal? There is a good chance I built that in the wrong place. Ugh, silly me, of course. Okay, so I hope that is not in the right kind of place.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out today.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll put the heating back on, which will immediately run out. But come the next working day, we should be able to produce quite a lot of coal, which is good. There we go. That's what we can do now. There we go, and maybe we can just double check everything else has got full. There we go. Oh, I'm very sorry. In theory, this should start producing an absolutely insane amount of coal now.
Time to get to work.
That's the plan anyway, but will it? Not adjacent to a street, I thought it was. There we go.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Oh. Okay. So, let's explore this. Stop the edge of a team ravine. Marveling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so as a huge automation sweeping snow from the roadway. it would be possible to send the machine back to our city or dismantle it. I think we should send it to the city. I think we're going to go for the large convoy, haven't we, really? Right, so that's going to turn itself off. We're desperate. I think if we can hold on a little bit longer, we should have plenty of coal. We'll keep everyone warm. I promise it's all going to be good. We're going to do heaters. That'll keep everyone happy. You've got this little cheeky fella. He's going to be back in just 1 day. And then we'll be okay. We'll be all good from there. Get to work, people. So I thought that would be producing quite a lot more. So what exactly did these give us? Oh, okay, okay. So we got that. Resources. There we go. So we needed to put one of those little... There we go, I can keep the... They don't seem to be working for very long periods of time, do they? Soup. Hope will fall. Hope will fall. Extra rations for the ill. Ah, here we go.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
There we go. So we need to try and raise the hope of everybody, which is proving actually quite difficult. Is it a medical post that we need to... Yeah, medical post. I think we've already got enough of them. I don't know why they keep asking us to build them for them. I think we need them to be working a bit more. Okay, so they've got... Okay, the workers who are riding in this convoy were told us we're heading for the city of Winterhome. Do we escort them there? Do we... send there? Should we send them there? Yeah, let's just send them there because we need to crack on, really. But our little fella's going to be there with us soon. We don't... There we go, coal Thumper. is not doing too well because people appear to be sick. Generator's down. Just can't seem to get enough coal at the moment. Maybe we should build another. So we want to build that like right there. Okay. So I think it's trying to tell me that that's where the coal is. So let's see what happens. Okay, the generator's down. Oh! Here he is. What can he do for us? Oh, okay. So, automatons can... Oh, they cost quite a lot. They can replace the entire crews at most workplaces. They produce in the factory and work 24 hours a day. Okay. So I think we basically stick him.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Well, we need him working 24 hours a day over here, don't we? So if we can hurry up and get this finished, he's going to build that super quick. Oh no, does that mean we failed? Oh no, I think everyone lost hope in us. Oh no, the end. You are banished. A band of grim men escort you under the generator. The waiting crowd is silent. People observe you as you pass. Their faces blank, so they're watching snowfall. You are summarily judged and spared the death sentence in recognition of your efforts. You are banished from the city instead. Well, it's true that I did my best. Unfortunately, we didn't succeed in this instance, basically because we just didn't really know what we was doing early on. But that is Frostpunk. It's a great strategy game actually. If you do get into it, hopefully you're a little bit better at it than me. That's another day ticked off our list of the 12 games of Christmas. That's day 9. And we've got a really couple of great games just to round it off now. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.
Hi, thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. We're back again tomorrow with another video, but in the meantime, if you're a little bit bored and you've got nothing else to do, why not subscribe to the channel, go and check out some of the other videos that we've done. You might like them, and maybe you can give the video a thumbs up too. Also, leave a comment with your own suggestions of games that you want to see us playing or reviewing or looking at in the future, and we'll see you again tomorrow.